He walked right into that restaurant, nervous but excited. He thought he was meeting some new woman from Tinder. But he had no idea I was sitting right outside, watching every step he took. And when he got home that night, everything he owned, everything he thought he had was gone. This is how I made my cheating fiancé regret everything. If you've ever been lied to, cheated on, or made to feel like you were crazy for trusting your instincts, this story's for you. Hit that like button, subscribe if you believe karma always finds its way back, and let's dive into one of the most satisfying breakups ever. 5 years ago, I thought I was the luckiest woman alive. I was engaged to the man I believed was my soulmate. We'd been together for 3 years, laughed till sunrise, made plans for a wedding that felt like the start of forever. He was charming, funny, and when he looked at me, I truly believed he saw forever in my eyes. But forever, as I would learn, has an expiration date when lies begin to rot the foundation beneath it. It started small, a late night at work here, a sorry I fell asleep text there. But what really got to me was the phone. See, 4 years, we were completely open with each other. Our phones never had locks. We'd swap them to check directions, order food, play songs. It wasn't about distrust, it was about comfort. But then something changed. He started guarding his phone like it was a nuclear code. He'd sleep with it under his pillow, and if I so much as reached for it, his tone would shift. From calm and loving to defensive, irritated. Why do you need my phone? Don't you trust me? That question, that manipulative, guilt-laden question that makes you feel wrong for noticing what's right in front of you. And that's when the pit in my stomach began to grow. One afternoon, while I was at work, my phone buzzed. It was my best friend, Sarah. She sent me a screenshot, and when I opened it, my heart stopped. It was him, my fiancé, smiling in a photo I took of him at the lake last summer. And underneath, his Tinder profile, the bio read, "Just seeing what's out there." Those 6 words hit like a bullet. At first, I couldn't breathe. My body felt like ice, but my mind was on fire. There was this wild cocktail of disbelief, rage, heartbreak, and then humiliation. How many people had seen this? Was I the last one to know? Was I the joke in someone else's story? But beneath all that pain, something darker began to rise. A quiet, focused kind of anger. The kind that doesn't scream. It plans. Sarah, bless her heart, was as furious as I was. So she suggested something bold, something poetic. We'd make a fake Tinder profile, using another friend's photos, a girl who lived in another country, so there'd be no chance of recognition. We picked the pictures carefully, nothing too glamorous, just real enough to be believable. And within an hour of swiping, there he was. My fiancé. The man who kissed me goodnight just the day before. The man who had sworn I was his world. He matched instantly. And soon he messaged, "Hey gorgeous, you have the most amazing smile." I stared at that text for a long, long time. The same words he used to tell me once upon a time. Over the next few days, she, meaning me, chatted with him. Every message was a dagger, but I read every single one. He told her how his relationship had become dull, how his fiancée was sweet but clingy, how he wasn't sure he wanted to marry her. Every line made my hands tremble, but I refused to cry. Tears would make me the victim, and I wasn't going to be that. I was going to be the lesson. A date, dinner at the same restaurant we'd celebrated our engagement in. The irony wasn't lost on me. I agreed as her. And when the day came, I spent the morning packing every single thing I wanted from that apartment. My clothes, my books, the jewelry that was mine, and yes, that engagement ring. I wasn't going to leave it behind as a memory. I was going to sell it as closure. By the time evening came, the apartment was spotless. No trace of me. No trace of us. I parked a block away from the restaurant and waited. My heart was pounding so loud I could feel it in my throat. Then I saw his car pull up. He fixed his hair in the mirror, the same little nervous habit he had before every date, and walked inside. And just like that, the last illusion I ever had about him vanished. He wasn't nervous because he loved me. He was nervous because he loved the game. I waited 5 minutes. Then, as her, I sent the message. "Hey, I saw you walk in, and honestly, I'm not feeling the vibe. I decided to leave. Didn't want to waste your time." Simple, clean, and soul-crushingly ambiguous. He sat there, alone, checking his phone again and again, his face slowly falling. I drove away. When he got home that night, everything was gone. Every picture, every memory, every trace of me. On the kitchen counter, I left one small note. You aren't right for me. No confrontation. No explanation. No closure. Because he didn't deserve closure. He deserved to live with the question. He called, texted, over and over. Eventually, he reached out to my friends, asking what happened. And you know what? None of them told him a thing. To this day, 5 years later, he still asks, still wonders. And that's the most beautiful part of the revenge. It wasn't loud. It wasn't violent. It was quiet, calculated, and unforgettable. He lost me, not in a fight, not in anger, but in the silence he created himself. Imagine the look on his face, walking into an empty apartment, the faint echo of a life he thought was his. The note, simple and cold, sitting where our future used to be. You aren't right for me. He'll replay every lie, every late night, every excuse, wondering when it all started to fall apart. But he'll never know it was the night I caught him on Tinder. And that's the beauty of it. Because sometimes, the worst punishment isn't losing the person you cheated on. It's knowing you'll never understand how, or why they finally stopped caring. Betrayal changes people. It teaches you who deserves your silence more than your explanation. And as for him, I hope every time he opens Tinder, he remembers the woman who didn't just leave, she disappeared. If that story gave you chills, hit that like button, because this one's proof that karma doesn't need to scream to be satisfying. Tell me in the comments, what's the most powerful act of revenge you've ever seen or imagined? And of course, subscribe for more real-life revenge stories that remind us, justice doesn't always come in courtrooms. Sometimes it comes through silence.